new API testing project. So let me tell you, on this particular one I started backwards. On the previous one that you saw, I started with Playwright and JavaScript, but on this case I started with the Postman suite solution. So let me show you, I'm using restful-booker that, as the name says, it is basically about a booking system. It has different requests as get booking IDs, get booking, as well an authorization token, and we have the create booking that is a post, we have update that is basically a put, we have the partial one that is a patch, and the delete booking. As you can see, for example, the delete booking requires a token or authorization that it will be managed as a cookie. So let's review this. As well, I'm managing or working with different environment variables. Obviously, this one has only one valid URL, but anyway, since we want to make sure that this is closer to a real life scenario, I'm just managing this. Important to let you know the reason or why I'm storing the initial value and current value. First of all, so if you want to fork my project, you'll need me just to write the initial value, because that's the value that will be forked from your end. Otherwise, you won't see anything. 2. The initial value will utilize by the collection or folder runner. So basically, if you are on the collections view, and if you just place your mouse onto a collection or a folder and then you hit these 3 dots, you will see a run button. This is going to open something that we can call the collection runner, and actually if you double see or you double check, says choose how to run your collection. So that's why this is a collection runner. Despite that, obviously can be also applied or called from a folder and still called collection runner. So this specific view would utilize the initial value, not the current value. But if you go to the specific request level and basically you try to do something, it would utilize the other value, the current one. So that's important just to tell you and explain you why I have those two defined. So let's review this one. I have a positive test case for the create booking resource, and let me explain you. So on the folder of positive test case, I have the following. I have the post that I'm going to double check that is successful. Let me show you. So create booking. We have a body. I'm going obviously to pass information that is correct, and as well respecting the format, values and everything, and I will double check that I'm able to retrieve the success code to 100. As you can see, basically it will provide me as response on the body all the information that I place on the payload, and as well the new ID of the resource. Anyways, as you may know, when we are just playing around or testing a creation of a new resource, record as you want to say, we're going most likely to delete that data, so in that way we can avoid trash data on our environments. Unless we have maybe a scheduled data refresh on the environment, maybe we could not worry or concern about that specific fact. So let's do the following. What I'm going to do is just running these 3 requests, because again, I want to do a creation. I will retrieve the token because otherwise I cannot do the delete, and I will delete the new resource. And let's do the following as well. We're going to have the console, and let me clear it. And before we proceed with this, I want to show you the delete. So the delete basically will utilize the new booking ID that is obtained from the create booking, and let me show you how. If we go to the end, to the bottom, I'm setting a collection variable basically that is called new booking ID, that is retrieved from the JSON data from the property booking ID that is the same that is disclosed here. So let's try it out and let's see what happened. Run create booking. Great, perfect. So we were able, first of all, to create a new booking, and we received the 200, the size. Let's double check this. Great, perfect. So we have the 200 for the booking, for creating the booking, the authorization as well, 200, and for the lead we receive a 201. So for this one, again, if we double check, we should expect the 200 initially. But anyways, if you double check, here it says 201. I don't know the reason here because we don't have obviously further information about this one, but 200 it is for creating a new resource. It so makes no sense. But anyways, on our test case or validations or assertions, we place for the deletion the 200 code, or it could be as well the 204. But anyways, we are receiving the 201 as it is advised here. We're going to just to state that this is a potential failure bug, as you want to say. But anyways, so let's double check. As you see, every request at the folder level has been executed. As well, we are able to see the ID, and let's do the following. Let's see if it matches with the one that we get from the create booking. So let's close this one. We need to double check the response body, and actually it's the same ID, so it worked as expected. So let's clear this one. So basically for the negative test cases on this case, what I'm doing is the following. So I'm either not respecting the data type or just passing values that makes no sense. So let me show you an example. For a first name, obviously we're expecting a value, so passing nothing makes no sense, or giving a blank space makes no sense neither. And about other data types, obviously we're expecting that is not successful. Something important to let you know as well, I'm not doing this manually. If you double check, I have data stored on this specific URL. I have everything stored in JSON files, and let me show you. So first name, you have different combinations, and as you see, it is respecting what I place here on the review of this one. So let's double check the last name, the total price. For example, the total price, we're expecting a number that obviously, unless they tell us a specification, but we are going to assume the following. There is no possibility that one. There is no total price that's going to be negative 2. There is no possibility to have a total price of 0. And as well, we should not allow null values. And obviously, other data types are not permitted. So, obviously, we could also think the following. If there is a special discount or promotion, we could be advised that maybe a negative value or 0 value could be allowed, because either we are giving money back, maybe as a reward or something to the customers, or just we are allowing the customers to get $0 price. But we don't know that, so we are taking the most logic assumptions to do assertions. Okay, for this one, you need to do the following. You need to go to the folder level, go to run, and obviously what you need to do is unload the data just to execute one of them. We're going to do it with one of them actually. So let me deselect all, we're going to work with the first name. And let me select this from my computer. First name, and as you see, I'm checking those values that I showed you previously. So let's use locally, run, create booking. I have 4 different iterations, and I'm hoping that this is not able to be done or create. So let's see. I was expecting the following 400 bad requests, but instead I'm getting a 200, so that means this is not working as expected. So this is another potential bug because it makes no sense allowing a booking without a first name. Let's review the others briefly. So I have the delete booking that actually you saw this one before. So we have 2 different possibilities, one with a fixed token and another one with a dynamic one. Get booking, that I'm just doing the following. I'm just doing an assertion that I'm getting all the properties expected, and then we have the partial update booking, the update booking. So let me show you in this one in particular. So for the put, what I'm doing is the following. I'm giving a full payload. So basically I'm just sending all the data required as I would do on a post, because put at first glance or initially it is meant for updating the whole resource, so not just one property. For that we have actually the patch, and let me show you as we see here. So in the case that you wanna like just update partially a resource, you should be doing a patch instead of a put. That's not our whole story anyways. So what I'm doing is the following. For negative test cases, what I'm doing is 1, just double checking that the put is not able or allowed with just partial payload data, with null payload data, and with wrong data type. Then for the patch, what I'm doing is the following. I'm doing just an assertion for every field that is possible to update that particular field, and as well I'm doing negative test cases based on the data type, and as well for the dates I'm double checking that the check-in cannot be greater or later than the checkout. So let me know if you like it. In the case that you have any doubt, just let me know and I will just reply any of your doubts.